The Lord of the Rings Online, or LOTRO, is an MMORPG released in 2007, and it remains, in my humble opinion, one of the best adaptations of Tolkien's world. In this video, I will try to show you the hidden, or not so hidden details that make the world of LOTRO so immersive and lively. This time, we'll take a look at the Great River region, where the kingdom of Rohan would be born. This area was added to the game just before the addition of Western Rohan in the Riders of Rohan expansion, as a way of connecting the area with the rest of the existing map at the time. The Fellowship spends very little time in this area in the books, less than 10 pages in fact, but we will see how the developers managed to flesh the area out. In the last video, the Fellowship left the Golden Wood of Lothlorien by boat, a welcome gift for Aragorn as it delays the decision he has to make on which way the Fellowship will attempt to approach Mordor. During the first part of their journey on the Great River Anduin, the Fellowship stays close to the eastern bank. It is forested, and they pass under huge grey trees that thrust their twisting roots into the water. They spend their first night under the shade of these trees as well. It was grey, misty and cold. This region is called Thinglad in LOTRO, and the atmosphere is dreary but still has some of that quiet magic of Lorien. Especially on the riverbank, where you can walk between the small nooks and crannies of the huge tree roots diving in the water. A lot of floating logs and driftwood are also found here, which will prove useful for a certain sneaking creature. On the third day of the river journey, the Fellowship reaches the Brown Lands. The trees fade on both banks, and the opposite western bank is described as an unfriendly brown waste. This land used to be the home of the Entwives, female walking trees who preferred gardening and flower fields to the dense forests of their male counterparts. It was destroyed by Sauron in the Second Age just before the Battle of the Last Alliance. This area is explorable in-game, and within the desolation of the gardens the player character can find a male Ent called Gnarlstump. You help him kill some of the trolls present in the area, which is an interesting choice of enemy since trolls are meant as a mocking imitation of the Ents by Sauron. From the stone of some of the trolls caught by the sun in the area, Gnarlstump makes a tribute to his lost mates. Within this desolate land you also find a lone, white flower. Gnarlstump recognizes it as a breed grown by the Ent Fimbrethiel, who used to be the mate of Treebeard himself, as Pippin and Merry would later learn. The flower looks similar to the white flowers found inside the old forest near Buckland. While the Fellowship passes by the Brownlands, the western bank of the river also starts to change. On this side of the river they passed by great forests of reeds. Through the openings between the reeds Frodo catches glimpses of the rolling meadows, and beyond them the southern outcroppings of the Misty Mountains. There are almost no signs of living things, except the noises of water birds hiding between the reeds. The only animals they see are phalanxes of black swans flying overhead. In the game this area is accurately portrayed as the footage shows. Between the reeds, black swans and the occasional waterbird NPC can be found, just as the Fellowship saw. Far away, the mountains are visible as well. After the Fellowship passes the Brownlands, they rest on a small eyot in the river. Here Sam tells Frodo he saw Gollum paddling behind them on a log, and the hobbits keep watch during the night. Frodo sees Gollum clambering up the shore and he draws his sword. This scares Gollum off, and Aragorn wakes up and reveals to Frodo he had tried several times to catch Gollum while the Fellowship was sleeping, but he failed. He takes over Frodo's watch. In the following nights Gollum is nowhere to be seen, but the Fellowship soon gets attacked on their 8th night on the water, and Legolas shoots down a Nazgul flying overhead. After this attack, the Fellowship leaves the area that in-game is known as the Great River region. In-game, it is hard to discern which Eoth the Fellowship rested on. There are many near the Brownlands, and none of them show signs of a camp. The slain flying mount of the Nazgul can be found lying dead inside the Brownlands. There are not many direct signs of the Fellowship in this region. There are no abandoned camps or items to be found. The Fellowship clearly tried to leave no traces. Luckily, there's more to discover in the region. When the player character progresses through the story quests in the region, they hear unsettling rumors from the local population. Animals with boiling blood, people experiencing a sudden cold in the dark and fainting, mailed boot prints in the mud, and a sniffing monster crawling between farm animals at night. While Legolas managed to slay a fell beast, its rider is still sneaking around the area. After finding its slain mount, eventually you also find its rider, the Nazgul itself, in the marshes of the Rushgore, where you finally chase it away with fire. While the Fellowship's time in this area is not very significant, its history certainly is. During the Third Age, the Gondorian steward Girion waged a war against the Balkoth, a group of Easterlings living south of Mirkwood. During the Battle of the Field of the Celebrant, the steward was attacked by not only the Balkoth, but also by a group of orcs from the Misty Mountains. His army faced destruction, but was saved by Eorl the Young, the Lord of the Eotheid. For this service, Girion gifted Eorl the land of Kalenardon, where Eorl would found the kingdom of Rohan. Eorl's horse, Viralof, is also the founding father of the Mearas race of horses that eventually produced Shadowfax, Gandalf's horse. The battlefield is part of the Great River region in LOTRO, and many quests revolve around relics or wandering spirits from this time. A statue called Kuthstan can be found inside the region as well, displaying the friendliness between Eorl and Girion. It is found in the Wailing Hills, which itself is named after the Rohirric word wail, meaning slaughter. During the story of LOTRO, you travel through this area with 3 companions: a Dunlanding woman, a Rohirric man, and an elf man. How this strange band came together will have to be discussed in another video in the future, but during your travels you tell tales to each other. The Rohirric man, Horn, tells the tale of Fengel, the grandfather of King Theoden, and how he perished. One day, a begging crone came to his household during winter. He denied her any form of food, and rudely sent her away, telling her to find a churl whose bed lies unwarmed if she wished for food. The king's men were horrified and searched for the woman, but found her frozen to death next to a large boulder, where she carved a curse upon the house of the kings, vowing that no ruler of his line would live long. Fengel died after trying to hack her body loose and shattering his sword, wounding himself. Fate also seemed to come for his descendants, as Prince Theodred would later prove. While this story is not quite canon, Appendix A in The Return of the King describes that Fengel was an unloved and greedy king who was at odds with his marshals and his family. This story fits nicely into that description. While the Fellowship leaves the area, they pass the river Limlight, a tributary to the Anduin and the ancient northern border of Gondor. If the player follows this river, they come to an area called the Limlight Gorge. This gorge sits next to the forest of Fangorn and is filled with ancient elven ruins and, for the time of release, high-level enemies meant for group content. It is quite a mystical place, and if you complete a certain deed, you can talk to the nature spirits in the area. These spirits reveal that in this place the firstborn elves taught the first trees to speak. Therefore it is the birthplace of the Ents in the game. There are actually 3 ents to be found called Thickbark, Twistroot and Greylimb. In their dialogue they reference the desolation of the gardens, and they are investigating a sickness on the edge of the forest. In the instance, the roots of Fangorn use slay the source of this poison, a large spire called Guthul, who carries a hatred of the Ents for driving her from her forest lair long ago. Ents are not the only ancient beings present in this area though. In a clearing you can find the great eagle Landroval, the brother of the eagle Gwaihir, who carried Gandalf from Orthanc. You assist Landroval with freeing his companion Menaldor, another great eagle who was taken by spiders. The eagles tell you they have been sent there by their lord Gwaihir to search for a shadowy, slinking creature out of Moria, but they could not find him. This is of course a reference to Gollum. Their presence in the area is supported by the books, as Legolas sees a hunting eagle flying high in the sky in the nights before they are attacked on the river. Another fun thing to note is that Gwaihir, Landroval and Menaldor are also names of servers of LOTRO. While they are rare in LOTRO, there are some Easter eggs to be found in the landscape of the game. One such Easter egg is hidden in this region, and it is called the Hidden Burrow. It is near the edge of the Limlight in the Wailing Hills, and at the entrance of the burrow you can find an unusually large amount of rabbits. Among them is a great white rabbit, a reference to the film Monty Python's Holy Grail. You best run away, lest you soil your armor.
Just a flesh wound.
The final detail is a bit more sinister. In this region there is only one large village, called Stangard. People from Rohan are sent there as punishment for petty crimes, but they remain fiercely loyal to the king of Rohan. This village has fallen on hard times since an envoy of the king was sent there to govern them. You help a guard and the local commander with getting rid of this envoy, as you find proof that he deliberately sabotages the town's productivity and supply lines. You find out that this Sithrik was sent to the village by Grima in an attempt to destabilize the northern border of Rohan and open it up for a new assault from the Easterlings abundantly present in the region. A nice foreshadowing of the troubles that Rohan faces itself. Stangard itself was also the first town added in the game with actual Rohirric architecture, which at the time was quite exciting. Thanks for watching this video. When I started making it, I had quite conflicted feelings about this region, as I always found it a bit of an odd in-between piece of land added to the game. Imagine my surprise that this is the first video where I included 11 details instead of 10, so maybe I should reconsider my opinion. Also, don't forget to claim the coupon code now shown on screen in the LOTRO store before October 31st of 2022 to redeem a huge amount of free quest packs. The Mordor, War of the Three Peaks and Minas Morgul expansion are also only 99 LOTRO points in the store for the coming month. So this is a great moment to get into the game and claim some free content. A big thank you to Standing Stone Games for this. It's really a great way to celebrate the upcoming Before the Shadow expansion, where we will probably be seeing even more ring raids than we already did in this map. See you guys next time.